Hey!
What up, honey? How you been?
Oh man, what's going on?
Living the fucking dream.
Yeah, we're flying solo without our boss.
I know we don't have either. We don't have either crutch here to hold on to tonight.
Man, it's gonna be a rough one.
But in the namesake of Gerald, I decided to rep his hat tonight, and the fat man, with the Bronx down under.
Yeah,
They're here with us in spirit.
Yeah. So Gerald's not with us because he's vending a show this weekend, and it was, I guess it's not the CR. Is it the CRBE again?
I don't think so. I don't think it's the CRBE, but
right. But it's in that area again, I think.
Yeah, and I think Chris isn't with us because of a bad case of hemorrhoids.
No, I think he has glitter. He's cleaning up all the glitter on the floor.
Cleaning up all the glitter. That's right. Somebody sent him a package and it was full of glitter. So
that's fucked up. And why would you do that to somebody in a wheelchair?
That's fucking
the poor guy. I think we're heading up to Gettysburg. Me, Chris, and Kevin. We're going to be heading there for the day. So
Allie keeps talking about wanting to take me up to Gettysburg. So I'm a huge Civil War fan. Like I love the stories. I love the fucking the history there, and we've got so much going on down here. I'd love to come up to Gettysburg and just go tour the Civil War.
I definitely, it's not going to be this time, but I definitely would like to do the like an extended weekend. To hit the show and then do that. I know they have tours and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely would like to do that too as well.
Where's your belief on like a scale of 1 to 10 in the paranormal?
I've heard about that. I've heard about it's pretty creepy over there, right?
That's what I hear. I hear you can, like, depending on the day and stuff, you can hear the battle play. You can see soldiers walking on the field and stuff. I have a hard time believing in what I can't see, but if I could see that, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I'm sure it's pretty intense. So, but how was your weekend? Do anything exciting?
Drill weekend. So I went up. We did Soldier of the Year, NCO of the Year competition. So we had to grade the best soldier, the best NCO from the squadrons, from each troop coming in. First time I did this, it's my first year being a first sergeant, so it was a little different. I actually had to ask some board questions. They had to come in their dress uniforms and present and answer questions and stuff. So it was a little different. It was cool though. It was cool to be a part of that.
So this is your first year of being a first sergeant, right?
Yep.
So everything that you're doing now is completely different than what you did last year.
It is, yeah. It's completely new to me.
Well, I guess you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. So, leadership's leadership, and I just took over twice as many people, but it's just the political aspect of it is a little different.
Do you have to, like, now that like you're there? Is there somebody that's in front of you that you mirror? To learn, or is it just straight to the wolves and that's it?
So I have a sergeant major, a command sergeant major. That's the next. That would be the next step for me. And so he kind of mentors all his first sergeants and teaches us what it's like for the next step, and then coaches us because he's been there. He did that for years, multiple troops. So.
Right. Is it easy to jump from first sergeant to the next class? Or do you have to be there for a couple of years and then, if that's
so if I wanted to become a sergeant major, a command sergeant major, I'd have to hold this position for 3 years, and then once I hold this position, I have to go to Sergeant Major's Academy, which is like, I think it takes 6 months to get through it, and if you fail it, you retire, you're out, you're done.
Really?
If you pass it though, then you can become a command sergeant major, and then stay in it as long as I want to.
Okay, that's fucking scary, man. If you dedicate your life to it and you fail out, you don't have to retire, or you're getting pushed out.
No, you're getting pushed out. If you fail Sergeant Major's Academy, the new thing that came out from the Sergeant Major of the Army is you're done.
That's wild. Huh. All right.
Yep.
So then you're vacating your first sergeant. Then if
you get to retire as a first sergeant.
Right. Okay.
And most of the time, those people already have 20 years in or close to it by the time they hit looking at sergeant major, anyways.
Right. That's also if you're planning to be military for the rest of your life, or at some point or another, right?
Yeah, for 25 to 30 years.
Right. All right.
But you wanna give these guys validation tonight, or you want me to?
Bring it, Gerald. Jared.
God damn it!
I feel I'm lost. No, yeah, no, actually, yeah. Give him some validation, bud.
All right, I'll give him some validation. What up, Sammy, the Pink Panther in the house tonight? JNS, James Perry, what's going on, brother? The real stripper, I think this is the Class A stripper that we have here, already donating money to us in singles.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
The backup stripper is here from his show.
William.
Yeah, I know we're a dumpster fire, just like your old logo used to be.
Look who it is.
Old T-Roy. T-Roy finally showing up to fucking pay homage to his fucking, his classmates here. Mike, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Mikey?
Snake X.
What's up, Snake X? Thank you for the support.
Rock out. There's the guy, Charlie.
What's up, Charles?
Oh, there's my beautiful
the better hair.
She just got her hair done. She's looking on fleek.
And then which one go? Did you pulled up? Yeah, Blake. Thanks, Blake, again. $1.99. I like it. Speaking of strippers, did everyone? No, they were butt naked. I didn't see it at all.
I'm okay to not see that.
Yeah.
I think I saw a gay porn with that once by accident. It was, Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know.
That is wrong. There it is.
That's it, man.
All right. Let's bring it. Let's
So yeah. Who we got tonight?
Chris
319.
319. Let's bring him on.
See what he's got.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Life! What's up, guys?
What's going on, Chris?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Almost had a little technical difficulties.
Yeah. I set everything up. I've been moving my snake room in my office from an upstairs bedroom down to the basement. So I've been over the last 3-4 weeks trying to get everything situated. So I came down here this afternoon and set up my laptop and everything to make sure everything was going to work. Everything was good. And I came down here after dinner with the family, and it was doing an update and had to restart. So I'm making do on the cell phone.
Technology's a bitch, isn't it?
What's that? Oh yeah.
Technology's a bitch. Sometimes it's everything can be going right, and then like that.
It's when you need it too. It's when you need it. That's exactly what happens. Happens to me at work all the fucking time.
All the time at work, yeah.
It happens to Brian Rivera every time he does a podcast.
Man, you were just laying into Brian.
It's just because I miss his little Puerto Rican ass. Okay. We met him. We got to meet him at the CRBE up in Canada, and not what I was expecting.
He's a good little guy.
His personality is so big, but he's not. He's got that fucking Napoleon syndrome, and it's cute.
Yeah, I didn't expect that whatchamacallit either, but he's a good guy. Yeah, it helped Gerald out and everything too. He was really good. Definitely good on the camera, videotaping everybody.
So, Chris, man, what's the biggest show you've done so far?
I haven't done any vending yet. I haven't done any vending. Everything's been on Morph Market. The first 2 years, I sold everything through Morph Market.
Mhm.
I've been dabbling in house snakes this year, and
Yeah,
these things breed.
Right.
These things breed like rabbits. They can lay like 3 clutches a year, and I'm finding that. So I paired some, and I figured I'd get 1 clutch. And the female laid like 2 months ago. The baby's just hatched a few weeks ago. And I went in to clean her cage and feed her yesterday, and she had 4 more eggs in her lay box. I hadn't even paired her. So yeah, now I want them to stop.
So how many did you get then out of that clutch?
I got 12 out of the first clutch, 6 out of the another, and then that girl who laid 6 for me just laid the other 4 that I picked up the other day. They appear to be good. They got veins in them when I candled them. So, but I got some. They call them KZN reds. They're a higher red locality, and they got some albinos out of that. They look pretty cool.
Okay.
So how many different species do you keep right now?
Right.
Blood python, Angolan python, mostly ball pythons, bull snake, corn snake, milk snake, the African house snakes. I got some tokay geckos, a couple of bearded dragons. We just picked up.
I was gonna say, are you gonna start breeding them, or are these just some? I mean, as you're naming all the species, are you breeding all these, or you just have some of them?
Some of them. So like the bull snake, corn snake, milk snake, I really don't breed them. They're just, I like them. I like keeping them. And we take them, we do local shows at libraries around here. So I'll take them to the shows and show them to people there. The tortoise, we won't breed him. The tokays, I've gotten eggs from them yet, but I haven't been successful in having them hatch out. I've been just kind of leaving them in the cage. I got them in a bigger cage paired together. They've laid 4 eggs so far, that pair. The first 2 kind of dried up on me. I think my humidity was too low in that cage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on that on the second ones here. The Angolan and the blood python, I do plan on breeding. I got females right now, 1 of each, and I'm just kind of growing them up, and then I'll pick up a male here in the next couple of years.
So
plan to do
not to be like a Debbie Downer, but you think you can move all this just on Morph Market and not go to shows, or are you just waiting to go to shows?
I'm just waiting to go to shows. I just haven't had the inventory yet to do it. So my first year, I kind of got thrown into my first year. It was, I bought an adult female het pied. I was going to breed her to a piebald male I had. And when she came, and within the first week, she laid 4 eggs. So I, quick made an incubator, incubated those.
Oh, wow.
And so that was the only clutch I got my first year. Second year, I got 4 ball python clutches. And then this year, I had 1 clutch of ball pythons. I got a girl who looks like she's ovulating right now for maybe my second clutch this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then all those house snake clutches I was telling you about. Next year is going to be, I'm hoping, bigger for me. I got a bunch of females that have been growing up for 2-3 years now that are getting up to size. So I'll be starting to pair them here in the next week or so.
So with the state of the hobby the way it is right now, do you feel like it's a good idea to pair more clutches, or do you think you should hold off and kind of see how things go?
I'm pairing stuff that I want, that I want to move my projects forward with. So if it is something that I can't move, then it's going to be something I can use. Okay. Most of it trying to do, pair with sunset, mostly sunset clowns.
Right. I seen your video. It seems like you are working sunset pretty hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm working towards. I'd like to, start working some more codoms into sunset clowns. I like the way they look. I think they can look even better. get some more enhancing genes in there. I'd like to get some dark genes in there too with that, and see what we could come up with.
Right. What's your top 3 genes that you work with, or that you besides Sunset?
I love clown. I mean, I absolutely love clown. But I got cantaloupe. I picked up a cantaloupe male from NBK early this year.
Okay.
Late last year. So he's a male. He is growing up real nice. I'm hoping to pair him to a few females this year and make some cantaloupe het sunsets, cantaloupe het clowns. I have a het monsoon male. He's a pos quad het that I am working with right now. That's that clutch I'm hoping to lay here. It's he's a 100% het ultra male, and then he's triple het, pos het, monsoon, lavender pied. So I've been talking to Charlie. He's close on those monsoon tests, shed tests. So I think I'm going to be sending some his way, and then just whenever he's ready, let me know. But the guy's got this one's got all the markers on it that I'm almost positive he is het monsoon, but you know, only one way to tell for sure. Yeah. So we'll see. But I'd love to work some more of the dark genes into Sunset, but those are probably top 3.
Did you see I think he had 2 there's a beast morphs. He just had acid sunset.
That thing looks nice. I think it was banana acid sunset.
There was one I think as well, maybe Coral Glow, right? But I think the one was just lesson.
Yeah, it looked really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten a few. I think I've gotten a few of my snakes here from Aaron over at Beast Morph, so I was excited to see that.
Right. That's pretty cool when you know somebody's working for a while and they finally hit something.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes here. Why do you think that people should vote for you? What sets you apart from everybody else in the 15 minutes of lane competition?
I think you vote for who you think is going to be around in this hobby for a while. Who's going to
don't give me that
represent the best.
How long you actually before we started? And how long have you been in? How long? When did you start?
I started when I was 12, 1994. I bought a ball python. And I'm almost positive it was probably wild caught. It was like $19 at the local pet store. I grew up in Chicago, and I brought it home, and I didn't have a cage or anything. And they sold me a heat rock, and they sold me, you know, the cart reptiles. Go to Home Depot and get some AstroTurf and cut it out and put it at the bottom. And I mean, we didn't even have clips for the top back then, so the thing escaped all the time. But then I kept. When I was a kid, some iguanas, Euromastics. I had an Eastern box turtle. Then when my kids were born, I kind of swayed, got away from it for a little while. Then my daughter kind of started watching Snake Discovery, and I was like, oh man, this is really big. I didn't realize, because when I was doing it before, there was no YouTube. There was no, I mean, you'd go online and I'd buy like supplies from Nerd or Triple L. But so I've been keeping for a while, and just started breeding a few years ago.
Right. So
hey guys, we've got a new thing starting here. So if you want to ask Chris a question, drop a super chat. It doesn't matter how much it is. Your question will come up at the top. Your comment will, and then we'll ask Chris whatever question you guys have. And then all that money goes to the charity that Chris Eaton, the Fat Man Nation, is supporting this month. So if you guys want to donate to charity and also ask this young man here a question, hey, throw a super chat our way with a question attached to it, and let's fucking do that.
Get some money to the charity. But
absolutely.
So now go back to his question, right? So you've been breeding for a while now. So and
4 years.
Okay.
3-4 years.
Right.
When I decided to say, hey, we're gonna breed.
Seems like you went in pretty hard.
Yeah, I figure I'm at like a good amount of snakes here that I can kind of keep care of myself. My dad's retired. He enjoys it. He'll come over and do waters and stuff, and he helps out. but it's manageable and still able to do family time and everything. So for me, I figure I would try to do some of the, higher end stuff and keep the numbers a little bit smaller for right now.
Do you have a full-time job or what?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I work in manufacturing right now.
Okay.
I feel like we're asking a lot of the same questions Chris asked, but what's your collection size looking like right now?
I got about, I'd say right now with hatchlings and everything, like 60 snakes.
Okay. Do you want to go above, or does that sound like a good number?
Right now, that's good. It's good. I can afford the food bill. I can do all the spot cleaning, take care of everything myself. And yeah, even now when you let somebody, it feels like whenever you let somebody kind of take over for you, or you try to leave town, it goes awry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Nobody ever takes
we're
care of what you have the way you think you take care of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yep, yeah. So that's it for right now. For the way things are, I have 5 kids right now, so I'm pretty busy outside of the snakes. Full-time job.
I would say any of them help you?
Yeah. My daughter is big into it. She's 11.
Right.
She enjoys it. She comes down. She plays with all the animals. I have her right now feeding all the lizards 2-3 times a week, and then she feeds the bearded dragons daily.
Oh, good.
And then I take care of the snakes.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you have a mentor?
I do not. No, I'm kind of just learning as I go.
Mm-hmm.
Learning from my mistakes.
Out of all the breeders out there, who do you think you've learned the most lessons from? Whether it be YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Like who's the most influential breeder out there to you right now?
For me, probably Brian Cusco. That's somebody I started watching kind of early on, and really enjoyed watching his channel. How he kind of adapts his family into it. Something I like about his channel. So I've watched a lot of Reach Out Reptiles, Garrett. And honestly, I learned a ton from watching even other like carpet python breeders, chondro breeders, just different techniques that you can apply to keeping other python species. That there's a podcast that I've been watching recently that interviews all kinds of different breeders. And they talk for like 3-4 hours. I learn something every time.
Right. I see you have an established YouTube. I mean, you have about what, 3,600 people? Maybe more?
I think I'm at like I think I'm at like 1.3.
No,
and
okay, maybe. All right, I thought you had more. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah,
I've been trying
YouTube. About a year, 2 years, 1.5, 2 years, 2 years maybe.
Right.
I started off and was just like I tried to do a short every day, and I think I kind of hurt myself in that sense because I got a huge following in the beginning who were people who wanted shorts. And then I went to doing kind of more of the long form videos, trying to do that once a week. Right. And it just doesn't jive. You get the followers that are more into the shorts and you're not getting the same amount of views on your long form stuff. So, but I've been trying to do a video a week and just keep it going. The last 4 weeks have been pretty hectic. I was redoing some remodeling around here in the house and then moving the snake room down to the basement. So I think I've only gotten a video out once every other week the last month or so.
Now you've got to learn that that little bit of the fine line between what's enough and what's too much. And as you go into your 15 minutes of lame, getting on Instagram and putting reels in is important, but the following that you've created prior to that might be the most important. What do you think? What are you going to focus on in your 15 minutes of lane competition? You're going to focus on the reels? You're going to focus on your following? What is your plan to win this thing?
The reels, and I've heard Chris say it, it's only 25% of the vote. So I think you got to bring it all. You got to kind of focus on every aspect of it.
Right.
I mean, we got to impress you guys. or Paul, right? And we got to impress the previous winners. We have to, just show people what you're made of, and get the reels out there. Come up with ideas for the reels. I'm going to rely on my kids for that because they're the ones watching TikTok and everything and know what's good, what's popular. But I think I don't think you can just focus on one aspect of it, or you're going to fall short in the others.
So, are we going to see you on a TikTok dance reel?
No, absolutely not. Maybe my daughters.
Come on, I mean, it might not.
It depends.
You need to dance.
All right.
You need to dance.
I'll have to have a few beers, and then
So, right now, looking at the competition, I mean, we're in late October, starting November. We got a month left. A month left of this before the competition really. Actually, not even a month before the competition really kicks off.
That opens up.
Yeah.
So what's like? Who's your biggest competition? Like, who are you worried about right now? Who do you think's got a little edge on you?
I think Lenny at Demonic Reptiles. I love his reels. He's hilarious. But I think he's got a good following. He's been doing this for a while, So I think he's a tough one.
He's the Troy of your class.
Yeah. Ink Lady Morphs. They got a nice collection. They've got some good connections in the hobby. I've seen them, doing some stuff on Instagram. So I think those two are going to be the ones to look out for me.
I think there's a bunch in this competition.
So what would you send me in the mail for me to vote for you? And my whole family vote for you once a day, every day, and cancel out Paul's vote.
Like a monsoon ball python work. I mean,
yeah, mine.
Wow.
Can't do it with it. Might send me a 1.1. I'm sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Stay in the basement.
I think if you really want to win, you're going to have to lose a leg. You legitimately have to give an arm and a leg in this competition anymore because Chris is a paraplegic.
Yeah.
Ask Gerald.
Yeah,
nice.
It happens.
It runs in my family, so it's not out of the question.
Diabetes is a motherfucker, ain't it?
It is.
I've got it in my family too. I know.
I had grandparents on both sides that had lost a leg or both legs, and it's not fun.
You're right, Gerald. You're right, Gerald, and that's why she's going to be the sleeper. You got to watch it. Nobody picks Gecko Devo.
Nobody ever picks the Gecko.
I'm not up to on the crested geckos. I don't.
It doesn't matter. She's got big cheat cheese.
Yeah.
That's what she's winning.
Yeah.
She's got a husband that knows how to twirl, and she's got fucking cheat cheese. It's fucking.
I do still like the idea of having Sky High win and spend an hour with Chris.
So Angolans, you breed Angolans too.
Yeah, working towards it. Yeah.
What's their temperament like compared to ball pythons that you've seen?
It depends. When I first got her, I tried keeping her in a tub, and she was a lot more snappy. I'd say when you reach in, she'd snap at you. I've since moved her to more of a front opening enclosure type, glass aquarium type, and she's much calmer. I'd say lots of branches and stuff to climb on. She's using it all. Like I constantly see her just hanging out at the top of the cage on the branches. So their temperament's good. They're fun to watch, man. I like just sitting there watching her.
Are they
go ahead, Paul.
Are they the same though, like temperature wise and all that stuff, or is it not?
Yeah, similar, okay. Just drier. They like it drier. So I just don't spray them down at all. Actually, I've got her on Reptichip, but I don't spray it. I keep my room humidity kind of at around 60, 70%, and she seems to do okay with that. I haven't had any bad sheds or anything out of her, but they do live in a more arid environment.
Okay.
How do you feel about hybrids when it comes to like angry balls and stuff like that? What's your do you have any? You plan on doing that? You think it's not okay? What's your ideas on that?
I don't plan on doing that. I think they look cool. I've seen them. I've seen the ball python, blood python mixes, and I've seen the Angolan and ball python mixes. They look cool, but no, not something I plan on doing. I think the Angolans are. I don't know. I really like them a lot, and I saw they Wally at BPM just brought some in from Germany. There's a breeding project over in Germany, and he just brought a bunch of new bloodlines in to the States from over there this past winter.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think there's still a lot you can do with these. So I just plan on breeding them. Probably do like a clutch, maybe 2 clutches a year, and see how that goes at first. And
is it the same as what you said? Female, probably about 2 years and everything as well. Pretty much.
they take a lot longer to size up. So my female's probably 2 years old, and she is. I was feeding her like fuzzy rats, and she started getting kind of fat. So I've backed her off. She's eating like mouse hoppers. Sometimes I'll feed her a fuzzy mouse. Like they grow much slower. So you're talking like 4 or 5 years until they get that maturity for breeding.
Wow,
Wow.
that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is. It's almost hard to believe they get to a similar size as a ball python looking at them, because she's probably, I'd be surprised if she's 300 grams right now, and she's a year and a half, 2 years old.
Right. What's going on, Patrick?
What up, Pat? So what? So if there was a reptile you could own now that you don't own, doesn't matter if it's legal or not. What do you think that would be? What's your dream reptile?
I'd probably pick up chondros, the green tree pythons. I think they're awesome. I remember looking at them. I used to go to the Chicago Reptile House when I was much younger, when I lived out there, and they had one in there. And I'd ask about it every time I went in there, but just haven't gotten into it yet. Eventually, at some point, I will get one. I don't know if I'll breed them, but I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them, but I don't think I'll ever own one of those. I just the thought of them tagging you with those teeth.
Yeah.
I'll pass right now.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, that was the big thing they cautioned me on. They're like, they have some long teeth. They're like, you don't want to get bit by them. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
there's also I'm fine with like the tokay geckos. I've never even held them. I just think they're cool lizards. I think they look awesome.
Go on, Kevin.
I like watching them. So.
Mm-hmm. You all right there, Jared?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm letting you guys talk. I'm just listening.
It seems like you just zoned out for a second.
No, I was just listening to you guys talk.
What for marketing and everything for the 15 minutes of lame, I mean, what do you feel about the competition? Meaning, like, do you think that it helps people, or you think it's good for the industry?
It can't not help you, right? I mean, it gives you a little bit of legitimacy. There's so many breeders out there to choose from. If you're on Morph Market, anything you can do to kind of put yourself out there, to let people know what you're about, what you're doing, to give them some sort of like, hey, this guy was on that podcast and he was part of that contest. Trust sending me money in the via through the internet before I even send them anything.
Right.
Like it's a big thing. I remember the first time I spent like big money on a snake, sending it online, and I'm like, oh man,
Right.
It's something that's you got to have trust in who you're doing that.
I think this is the like I keep saying, the competition is definitely good to get your name out. It's a huge marketing tool for all of the community. And I feel that you just stay in it. Don't like how other people, like, they'll fall off and they'll stop doing things and then they'll disappear and everything like that. I think if you just stay in it, you already won, because people see your face constantly every week until the end of the end of the month, end of December.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't see how it cannot be good for anybody who's doing it as long as they participate.
Right.
So who do you use for your shipping? Do you use Redline?
I have been, yeah. I have not used anybody but Redline to this point.
How do you
I've
feel
had
that for you?
What's that?
How do you feel that's went for you? Like, how do you feel Redline has treated you as a buyer and a shipper?
Great. I mean, I like the fact that when I was new and I had questions about, like, hey, when should I use I got temperatures that say I should use a heat pack at my hub, but the hub I'm sending to isn't, calling and asking for that advice on when to use that heat pack or cool pack, and having somebody available immediately to answer your call and tell you. I had a snake I shipped at one point. I typically try not to ship to somebody's door, but this person had a disability and they were pretty far from a FedEx hub. And it was taking quite a long time, longer than a normal shipment had taken. So I called up Redline. They got a hold of them. They figured out where it was. They're like, yep, they've got till 5 today because it is going to a door of a residence rather than but it's nice having that peace of mind and somebody to call. I know I've seen all the talk about the morph market shipping, and I don't know how it'll go with emailing. That seems, I don't know how quickly that response will be.
Right.
But I have no reason to change at this point. I've had, really good luck with Redline. I've had really good support when I've needed it, which hasn't been often. But I like having that available at my disposal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine the customer would too,
I think what it was in a video Chris was saying, but I get what the morph market's trying to do. I guess like a one-stop shop, but
yeah,
I don't think. I mean, the Redline, is pretty established, and I like the whole when they call you or what's going on, they're right there and everything. So it's like the white glove service, like he was talking about. 100%.
yeah. I'm a little skeptical too about UPS being involved. I know they just agreed to start shipping reptiles again, and they said no to tarantulas from what I understand. So that, I don't think, from what I heard Robin say, they wouldn't be using UPS at the moment, just because I think 4 of his 5 top shippers are tarantula guys. So, but the UPS is unproven. The morph market shipping is unproven so far. So it's a risk. It's absolutely a risk.
I got it. What's going on, Jeremy? Glad you can make it. Creative Coralofis.
Chris, did you get in on that fundraiser for Jeremy Bod, man? Was you there for the auction?
I was in the auction. I did not send anything. I wasn't able to at the time. But I was in the auction. So
yeah, man. I mean, sometimes things just don't fit what you need.
Yeah.
But being there and being support, that's good enough. Things didn't meet what I needed, so I didn't buy what I needed. I mean, what I wanted, it just wasn't there. Wasn't at the price point.
I think they raised over $12,000, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm glad that happened. But I know that I'm not sure if that was towards the GoFundMe that they had, or is it if that's what they got, the 12 grand, and that's what's going. still awesome. You know, and
Yeah,
I got to reach out to Robin and get some shipping labels made because thanks to Redline Shipping, you know, one of the Fat Man Nation sponsors, he took that on himself and he said anybody that donated an animal, he would pay, or you know, he would back the shipping. So thank you, Robin, man. Just an awesome dude. What an awesome dude for this industry.
He's crushing the competition,
man.
So, yeah. But it's good to see that when in time and need, and then that people get together. You know, I know there's a lot of bickering and bullshit that goes on, but you know, it's not all bad.
You know, it's not going to surprise me if we have another one really soon for Gen K, for Cigar City, because anybody in Florida, man, they just the lower half of Florida, they got nailed, dude. Yeah. They really did. These hurricanes, they have affected such a broad area from Western North Carolina to Eastern Tennessee, all the way through Florida. I mean, there's just so many people that lost their lives, lost their houses.
It's terrible.
What so
on a much
go.
Go ahead, Paul. I was going to say I mean, not to the extent of people losing their houses or what the Bauds went through, but I mean, I think it affected Tinley. The foot traffic there did not seem as much. I know some of the vendors weren't there because of it. There was NBK. I talked to them. Their importer was in Florida, so they couldn't bring any snakes with them from Canada. And it's hard to say if it was that or all the national shows we've had leading up to it, but it definitely did not feel shoulder to shoulder like it normally does.
I heard that. I heard that that Tinley was a little bare. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, but I heard that's what I've heard.
Gerald,
I wonder if
grease your pole and you stay out of my fucking business, all right?
Just drive, Gerald.
Just drive, Canadian shithead.
That's fucked up. So what are you planning? So what's your plan for now? Well, I would say we already fucking talked about 15 minutes of lame. I'm going for it, but then what? How do we get in contact with you for with the 319? What else do you have on your socials?
Instagram. I got YouTube, Facebook. I have a TikTok out there somewhere. I tried doing for about 2 weeks and I gave up on that.
I did the same thing with TikTok. I did the same thing. I put out a bunch of reels and I was like, that's it. I did that same thing with YouTube too. I put out a bunch of reels and I stopped with that too.
Yeah. So I was planning on using Instagram and YouTube, especially. I've got a bigger following on YouTube, so I was gonna try to do some stuff there, try to do some reels, just try to be doing something every day for the contest.
You're gonna do shorts. You're gonna do shorts for YouTube. You're gonna get back to your shorts.
More than likely, yeah. Maybe do some long form content talking about it too. I don't think I'm going to increase more than once a week. It's pretty tough to keep up with that and edit videos and get them out. But I'll probably stick with the one video a week. Once I get this remodel done around here and get back on track with those.
You should hire somebody to do your reels.
Yeah, I should. I gotta start selling some of the higher end snakes first before I can do that.
Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, so my plan is to acquire shows now that don't have 17 minutes of silence for every hour. Unfucking believable, man.
It's not been that bad, you fucking prick.
I mean, 17 minutes is pretty long.
That's pretty long.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had that. Maybe 10 seconds of silence while we're thinking of questions.
It'd be more than a third of what we're doing so far.
He's angry. He's salty. He can't move one leg. It is what it is.
He's doing good. He's doing good with his leg. He's starting to walk around. Let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's angry and salty.
I said before
he did a video recently. for is showing him getting up on the leg. So
Yeah. You belong to his Patreon?
yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I just joined a few months ago. I just joined my first couple Patreons in the last few months, and it's been pretty cool, having that community of people to ask questions to, and it's cool.
you think that's a good opportunity? Like you said, you get into a Patreon. Do you think for a brand new breeder, joining a Patreon is essential?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I wish I would have done it a lot sooner. I know I've heard from a few people that's how they got in before they even started doing anything, buying snakes for breeding. They started joining Patreons and learning. And I absolutely wish I would have went that route. I mean, there's absolutely that. It just gives you another community to bounce ideas off of, ask questions to.
Right.
If you got something going on, hey, have you guys ever dealt with this before? It's priceless.
Mm-hmm. Whose Patreon do you belong to besides
right
Chris?
Now, Leviathan and Chris.
Okay. Yeah. I heard they're killing it on that Patreon.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It's good. They got a good group at Tinley. We were able to meet up and have a few drinks after Friday night set up, and it was a good time.
Yeah, they vended. I heard they got the call like last minute.
Yeah, yep. They did a Patreon. I don't know what you'd call it. They don't do a video. It's just all audio. They'll do like an hour-long audio podcast episode, and they were talking about it, how it was kind of back and forth, and whether they were even going to go because they got hit by the storm too. They didn't have power, and then last minute it was. I think they got one a table. I don't remember if it was through Bob Vu or but they ended up vending. They sounds like they did pretty good too.
All right, Chris, man, you got 30 seconds. Pimp your shit. Why should people vote for you in the 15 minutes of lame? 30 seconds and go.
I think people should vote for me. Like I said, if you like Sunset, you like clowns, vote for me so I can produce some cooler shit and you guys can see it. I plan on being around for a while. I really enjoy this. I always have. The business of life, I'm hoping is in the waning stages here. My kids are getting a little older, so I plan on definitely diving into this a little more as I get more time and be there for people who do support me.
All right, that was like 50 seconds, but it's fine.
That was perfect.
It was perfect.
At least it's better than silence, right? Keep Chris happy.
On our show,
you know what? If you would have sat in silence for 30 seconds, I think that probably would have.
No, man, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you talking with us, and we look forward to
appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely,
Chris. Competition, man, for sure.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
All right, Donna, let's cheer him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Fatman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
Fuck yeah, bud.
There it is, bro.
That's it.
We did it.
We did it. Yo, so I'm wondering is, and Sean, are you gonna have to answer this? We don't have a fact, I'm sure, because I'm sure
lamest fact.
15 minutes of lame fact, huh?
Here's my lamest fact.
We
Chris
do not
always busts our balls for no fucking reason and over exaggerates everything.
Oh, is that the 15 minutes of fact? That's a fact.
There's your lamest fact. But on a side note, Chris does have a show tonight coming up right after us.
And what is it?
It used to be the Hot Girl episode, but it's not anymore because he's got his own Hot Girl, and that's sexist. So Chris is trying his best not to be sexist anymore, and it's just the Fat Man Show.
The Fat Man.
Fat Man
Show.
Nation Live. It's the Fat Man Nation Live. Go watch that,
Mm.
and you will feel about as high and mighty and as girlish as Sugar Skull Serpents does. You'll tuck it, you'll cluck it. It'll be amazing.
Fucking Kevin. Thank you for showing up, Kevin. By the way,
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
you give us real support.
I miss your bald head.
Well, I guess we'll run it then. I guess we're done. We'll end a little early.
We're in a little early tonight. I don't see any reason to keep these fucking people waiting.
All right, we're out.
All right, guys.